Assalamualaikum, very good morning. My name is Musa Haikal Muhammad Zamri.
My name is Muhammad Mazidri.
My name is Umi Imani. My name is Najiba.
So for today, we are going to present about our Qlassic assessment.
Firstly, what mean of Qlassic? Qlassic stands for Quality Assessment System in Construction. It's a standardized system used in Malaysia to assess and measure the workmanship quality of building construction projects. It is developed by the Construction Industry Development Board (CIDB) Malaysia and is based on the Construction Industry Standard CIS 7. For Qlassic assessment location, the selected building that we choose is Annex 3 and the room that we choose is AP3013 in Faculty of Architecture Building Surveyor for our case study Qlassic.
So this is all the equipment that we use for Qlassic report. First, we have measuring tape. For measuring tape, we use it to measure the floor area and divided them into 4 parts by stretching the tape across the floor and make sure the tape is straight. Then take the reading. Second, we have spirit level. For spirit level, we use it to see if the floor and the wall were sagging or not by placing it on the surface and watch if the bubble in the spirit tube are centered or not. If it's not centered, we have to include it as a defect. Number 3, we have L square. For L square, we use it to make sure the wall and the floor were aligned and even by placing it at the corner of the room or at the corner of the tiles. Number 4, we have steel wedge. For steel wedges, our group use it to check on the gap at the door by sliding it under the door and take the reading. Number 5, we have tapping rod. Tapping rod is used to check on the hollowness in the wall and floor by sliding it very carefully on the surface.
The building element for Qlassic assessment of this class AP3013 is floor, door and ceiling. We have cut the classroom into 4 parts for us to easy to assess the problem within the classroom.
The first element we choose is the floor. The first defects we found visually on the floor were cracks and damage where all 4 parts of the floor in our study place had some cracks and damage on the floor as a result of carelessness during installation. Therefore, the floor element also has defects in terms of hollowness. We find this defect using the tapping rod equipment by moving the tapping rod across the surface of the floor, and if there is different sound, then there is a hollow in the floor. Next, we mark them and insert into the data. The second element is the door element. The first defects we get are joints and gaps. Joints and gaps for door 1 and the door has a gap that is too wide. This is because we use a tool like steel wedge and steel gouge to detect that it has a gap of more than 5 mm. The second defect for the door is material and damage. We found some damage such as white spots and scratches on door 1 and door 2 visually. Next, we also found that the upper part of the door was not painted. We use a retractable angle mirror to see the top of the door. The last element for study in AP3013 is the ceiling. The first defects in the ceiling are cracks and damage. We found some damage such as a small hole in the ceiling 1 and found one part of ceiling 3 was missing along with wires dangling from the ceiling visually. There are also joints defects in the ceiling elements. We also found visually that ceiling 1 and ceiling 2 are not neat and aligned. Because of this, the ceiling is not tight and looks open.
So for the conclusion, this assignment shows us the importance of building surveyor and Qlassic in ensuring construction quality. It provides us with head-on experience in identifying defect using surveying tool and applying theoretical knowledge in practical situation. This experience enhances our technical skill, teamwork and problem-solving ability, preparing us for the real-world challenge in building surveying.